Let's talk about Budweiser. Oh wait, I mean America. If my eyes could roll any harder, I'd dislocate the optic nerve or some other horrendous injury. I'm not a doctor, so don't correct me about this, okay? Let's be fair. I'm not a Budweiser drinker. I prefer craft beers from breweries such as Yards or Resurgent Brewery up in Buffalo or Ithaca Beer Company. I'm also a home brewer, so yeah, I'm not a Bud drinker. So my opinion is really opinionated. But I want to talk about this because it's really interesting what Budweiser is doing with their America campaign. So I thought I'd bring in a little extra help. Today, I would like to welcome Target Marketing's Editor-in-Chief, Thorin McGee. I've had him join us today for this What Were They Thinking video because we had this really interesting conversation a couple days ago about the America campaign that Budweiser is doing. And while I was being my usual snotty, bratty self about it, Thorin made a lot of really good points. And when I told him I wanted to do a video about this, he was like, oh, I'll give you my notes and you can use it. And I was like, no, because that's not how I feel. So Thorin was super gracious to join me today to sort of talk me down off of my America-hating ways. So Thorin, I gotta ask you the big question. What were they thinking?
And Melissa, that's the real question here. Why do you hate America? In all fairness, there is a lot of hate for America, the beer, not the country necessarily.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, this isn't as crazy as it sounds. Budweiser is a beer. You know, if you are buying beer based on whether or not you think the brand is stupid, that's not who Budweiser's marketing to. You're not going to buy Bud anyway. You're going to buy a microbrew or something else, an import maybe. Bud's competing with beers that call themselves, Coors, the banquet beer, Miller High Life, the champagne of beers. It's competing. It's going to. Not going to comment on the quality of the champagne of beers, but that's where they are.
Sure,
makes sense. So they're competing against beers that are bought for softball banquets, for cookouts, for church picnics, for political fundraisers, for places where people aren't buying the beer based on whether or not they think it's a smart beer to buy or not, but based on that's just a beer they think everyone will drink, it's fairly cheap, and they can bring it out in a huge quantity, and everyone can enjoy it.
Hey, I gotta admit, sorry, Dad, but. Yeah, my dad's Bud drinker. I still love him though. Still love you.
Hey,
You're great.
I don't mind Bud either. I'm usually more of a microbrew or import guy, but I'll just grab a Bud every now and then. I don't think it's terrible. But the thing is, Budweiser's looking at this summer cookout season right now. You've got a ton of patriotic holidays. You've got Memorial Day, Labor Day, Independence Day. On top of that, there is the election going on, which I know people have tied this to a little bit. Mm-hmm. But that just means there's going to be a higher chance of a picnic having a patriotic theme. When someone's planning a picnic like that or planning a cookout like that, and they go to the beer distributor, we're in Pennsylvania, we have beer distributors. They're going to come in and they might buy the beer that says America. That's going to win them some sales. When they're looking at, if it's all kind of the same, they can buy Coors, they can buy Miller High Life, or they can buy America, I think there's a good chance that this is going to win Budweiser some sales.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love a theme party? I got my American flag cake. I got my... I don't have a lot of theme cookouts, sorry. I guess the cake and you got some beer. That's what you got. Okay.
So that's it. I think, this, it sounds stupid to a lot of people. There is certainly some dissonance in the messaging, especially with Budweiser being owned by InBev. Yeah, that creates a little bit of dissonance. That's a Belgian company. Mm-hmm. But I think that, it's all brewed in America. It's sold in America. All the distribution network's American, and they're capitalizing on that, and they're also trying to give people that America beer that they can serve whenever they want to have an America-themed anything. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think the people who are going to think it's stupid aren't going to buy it anyway, and it might win them some of that market that does, or maybe let them sell for another $1 or $2 above those other products.
Thorin, as always, you make really good points. I admit it. So, thanks. I appreciate it. Now, get away from my desk.
Thank you for having me on.
Okay. I get it. This is supposed to be the most patriotic summer and all that good stuff. But I'm sorry, I'm still not into it. I'm not really sure it's classy to change the name of a beer that's often a 2-for-1 special during happy hour to the name of our country. That's just me. That said, I think what Stella Artois is doing with its limited edition cans for the Cannes Film Festival it's a little more interesting. It's kind of sexy. It ties into what the festival is about. And there's 4 different cans, which is kind of cool. Now, if you want to find out more about that, then check out my recent blog post, Battle of the Rebranded Cans. And don't worry, I'll post the link in the description below.